Well, she's a celebration of life planner, and she calls her business the After Party. Joining us right now is Mandy Drew. Nice to have you here on Daytime.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so the After Party. Not a topic everybody wants to talk about, obviously, but it has to do with the celebrating life.
Yeah, absolutely.
When life is over. How long have you been a celebration of life planner?
Well, I started last fall, 2017.
Okay, so what made you decide to create this business?
Well, it was actually a funeral that I unfortunately had to attend to a few years ago. It was a friend of mine who died suddenly, and the family obviously had to piece together a funeral at the very last minute sort of thing. They, you know, and being in that state, it's really hard to do that. And so when I attended the funeral, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if they could call on to somebody to plan a very personalized event that represented the person. Because obviously they don't have the time and they have a big long list of to-dos, so wouldn't it be great if they could call on to basically a party planner to make it a great event, make it personalized, represent the person, and it takes off a bit of that stress off of them.
Now, why are they called celebrations of life? Why is that so important?
Well, hopefully in most cases the person has lived a very long life, so they have a lot of things to celebrate. You know, a lot of accolades and awards and certificates, lots of things that represent them, so they should be celebrated and personalized.
Of course. Now, do you need to have any kind of specific training to be a celebration of life planner? I mean, you didn't go to school, like, because I know funeral directors take courses and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to differentiate between a funeral. I'm not sure
I have no training in you know, dealing with bodies or cremation or anything like that. I'm basically just a party planner.
Okay, so you're just somebody that just knows how to have a good time and show people in a very good light. Okay, so why is it so important then to have a celebration of life planner?
Well, like I said, just to take some of those to-dos off of the family's list. There's a lot of things to do when somebody passes. So just to take away some of that work from them and to have a personalized event that, you know, their friends and family can attend and go like, wow, that was really them. And it helps with the grieving process as well.
Yeah, and that's what I think I was trying to get at, because the grieving process takes over everything. So if you ask a celebration of life planner to jump in, they can take care of all the stuff and make sure that this is a special day or evening. Is it easy for you to personalize a celebration of life? I
Absolutely.
mean, what do you have to do?
Yeah, there's plenty of ways you can personalize, starting off with the venue. A lot of people are kind of torn where they could hold the celebration of life, but there's many places in the city, basically anywhere you can hold a wedding, you can hold the celebration of life. So museums, theaters, art galleries, there's quite a long list of options in the city. We've been blessed with some really cool venues here, so there's very, very neat places you could have them. Music, you can have the person's, you know, favorite playlist playing, their favorite food. Lots of different ways you can personalize the event. Okay,
so I'm guessing that there's two ways to attack this, right? Because you can pre-plan.
Absolutely.
So obviously you'd be speaking with the person.
Yeah, I'm definitely pro pre-planning. It just takes the stress off of the family when that time comes, and then that way you know your wishes are gone through, you know?
Yeah. Can you tell us about what an Americanized funeral is to you? What does that mean?
Yeah, so an Americanized funeral, in Western cultures, we've really tried to beautify death. So we take the body, we embalm it, we put makeup on it, dress it, just to basically make the person look like they're sleeping. So we do that, we do the visitation, and then it's almost done with. You're basically told to forget about it and move on with your life. In Ontario, you're only given 10 days off of work to deal with the funeral plans and grieve, which honestly is not enough time that you need.
No.
So I feel like that's the way we're told to do it, is just kind of get it over with and move on. And in other cultures, there's a lot more ritual around death. You know, keeping the body in the home for a few days or even a few weeks, and it just helps in the grieving process a lot more.
Okay, so you're finding then celebrations of life sort of take away from this maybe stigma a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think when you leave a personalized event, you can say, you know, wow, that was really that person, and it helps you to get some closure, versus the traditional funeral home setting. It is that rushed kind of attitude of just, okay, we have to do this, now let's leave.
Yeah,
and
and
get on
sometimes
with
you
our
don't want
lives.
to think about somebody in that regard. The final time you see them, the final memory you have of somebody, maybe it's more fun, you know, if I can use the word fun when it comes to this, to have somebody create a celebration of life where it's a bit more of a party.
Yeah.
And a lot of people maybe live their lives that way as well. So what part of the town do you serve then?
Basically, all of Ottawa. I'm more West End based, but I will go anywhere.
Yeah. So how far in advance then, especially if people are trying to plan? I mean,
Pre-plan? Well, the best time is now. You can never pre-plan too early. I know a lot of people my age think, oh, you got plenty of time, but you know, you can always start off with a plan now, and then in the next 5-10 years, revisit that plan if you need to. But it's always good to have a basis, talk to your family about it, and then that way they know what your wishes are.
And most likely there's going to be a major cost savings as well to this.
Absolutely, yeah. With traditional funerals, they do add up. They're on average about $10,000, which not everybody is ready for. So by doing a celebration of life, you can basically pick your budget because you're choosing the venue, choosing what food you're going to serve, if you're going to have a DJ, anything like that.
Yeah,
so you're able to price it out a little bit more.
All the stuff that you want to add to. All right, the afterpartyplanning.com, that's the best place to go to. That's your website. And Mandy Drew, I think you're really offering something to people that really isn't out there. So thank you very much for your time here today at the After Party. And thank you for your time as well. We'll catch you later. Have a good day.